Can you name what kind of creature Tiny, Shiny, and Dawn are?
Pteranodon. Pteranodon.
Pteranodon.
Yes, they're all pteranodons.
Point of fact. Actually, pteranodons were not dinosaurs. Thank you.
So, if the dinosaur took a deep breath and blew the air through its nose, it could have made a loud sound that sounded kind of like a horn.
Point of fact. Actually, dinosaurs did not perform musical concerts. Thank you.
But, like I said, they probably did make cool noises with their crests. Did you know that scientists think that troodons were some of the smartest dinosaurs?
Point of fact. Troodons did not drive trains. Thank you.
And it's possible that Velociraptor and other dinosaurs also had colorful feathers that they used for show.
Point of fact. Dinosaurs did not put on fashion shows. Thank you.
Well, that's true, but a lot of dinosaurs, like Velociraptor, did have cool-looking feathers. Every Deinonychus has a very big, very sharp claw on each foot. So big and sharp that we call them terrible claws. Do you know what they did with their claws?
Point of fact. Dinosaurs did not put on art shows. Thank you.
But Deinonychus probably did use their terrible claws to catch other animals.
Point of fact. Troodons did not play games like ice hockey. Thank you.
Well, that's true, but troodons living way up north probably did see some ice and snow during the winter. Can you...
Point of fact. Dinosaurs did not put on acrobatic shows. Thank you.
Well, that's true, but we do think that Eryctodromeus dug tunnels underground. The scientists who first discovered this animal thought that its strange crest looked like the hair of Elvis Presley, a famous rock and roll singer.
Point of fact. Dilophosaurus did not know Elvis and did not sing rock songs. Thank you. Thank you very much. Point of fact. Dinosaurs did not do martial arts. Thank you.
But Therizinosaurus did have really cool claws. Mexicosaurus was a small theropod that lived on Madagascar in the late Cretaceous time period. In fact, I discovered some of Mexicosaurus's first bones and gave this dinosaur its name.
Point of fact. Way to go, Dr. Scott.
Well, thanks, guys. I went to Madagascar with other paleontologists, and we found lots of Mexicosaurus bones and later put them all together to get an idea of what this animal looked like. It was a little predator, only about 6 feet long, and weighed about as much as a big dog.
The most amazing feature of the Mexicosaurus is its teeth. Thank you.
Daspletosaurus shared a lot of things in common with its famous cousin, T-Rex. Both were bipedal, which means that they walked on 2 legs. Both had tiny arms with only 2 fingers on each hand. And both had large heads with mouths full of large, sharp teeth. Perfect for eating meat.
Point of fact. Tyrannosaurus and Daspletosaurus did not live at the same time. Thank you.
I'm an expert on dinosaurs and fossils, so I don't know much about trains, but I know somebody who does.
Point of fact. I love trains and know something about them.
Go for it.
Train tracks are made of 2 very long metal pieces called rails. Rails run alongside each other and are connected together by a piece of wood called a tie. Not this kind of tie. This kind of tie. Most trains have different kinds of cars. The engine, passenger cars, and a caboose. On the dinosaur train, there are special cars like the observation car and the aqua car.
Dinosaur train!
Yes, I agree. Go, dinosaur train, go. Thank you.
Carrots, strawberries, peas. What a great garden.
Point of fact, dinosaurs did not grow gardens. Thank you.
That's true, but you kids can grow your own gardens. Now, I'm an expert on dinosaurs and fossils, so I don't know much about trains, but I know someone who does.
Point of fact, the front car of the dinosaur train is called the steam engine. When the water in the engine gets hot, it turns into steam, just like water boiling in a tea kettle. Inside the engine, the water expands. That means it gets bigger and bigger, making a lot of pressure. Pressure is a force that builds up in the engine and pushes the train's wheels. Those wheels start turning and it goes down the tracks.
Okay, well, thanks for the train information.
All aboard! I've always wanted to yell that. Thank you.
Now, when we see a big full moon in autumn, we often think of one thing: Halloween.
Point of fact, dinosaurs did not celebrate Halloween. Thank you.
Well, that's definitely true, but there were big, beautiful full moons, even bigger than the full moons we see today.
Point of fact, dinosaurs did not ride in submarines. Thank you.
Well, that's true, but ichthyosaurs like Ophthalmosaurus certainly didn't need a submarine to swim fast and dive down deep. I know quite a lot about dinosaurs and fossils, but I don't know much about trains. I do happen to know somebody, though, who is a train expert.
Point of fact, I love trains and know a lot about them.
Go for it.
The rocket train is just like high-speed trains used today in many countries. Japan built the first high-speed trains. Like all high-speed trains, those in Japan run on electricity. A train like the dinosaur train is called a steam locomotive. Instead of electricity, these trains get their power from burning coal or wood. A train like the solar train runs on energy from the sun. That energy is called solar power. Mirrors or lenses capture sunlight and turn it into electricity. That solar power electricity makes the solar train go. Although the solar train can't go as fast as the rocket train, it is much better for the environment because it uses less fuel and makes less pollution. Point of fact, high-speed trains can go much, much faster than a dinosaur train. How fast? Most high-speed trains travel around 200 miles an hour. That's 3 times faster than a car on the highway. Thank you.
Wow, thanks for all the cool information. See ya. Okay, remember, get outside, get into nature, and make your own discoveries.
Once upon a time, there was a mom. Her name was Mrs. Pteranodon. Sitting on her nest, she heard a scratching and said,
"Oh boy, my eggs are hatching!"
One by one, her kids popped